Lombardi died today. I honestly thought he'd live forever. But he died. 57 years old. They're saying he was much more than a football coach. That he was a legend. A sort of symbol of excellence. But somehow I keep thinking of the time before he was a legend. When he was 45 and considered himself a failure.
Excuse me, Mr. Aberling? Thank you. Mr. Aberling?
Yes?
I'm Vince Lombardi. I called you. I'm an assistant coach with the New York Giants.
Oh, well, of course, Mr. Lombardi. I guess you haven't gotten over the excitement yet, have you?
Well, it's never exciting to lose, you know.
Oh, I realize that. But that game, I mean, the first championship game to go into overtime.
Right.
I'll bet 3/4 of the country were watching. I heard President Eisenhower even came in off the golf course to watch.
Oh?
Well, what can we do for you? Mr. Lombardi, are you thinking of buying a new home, an investment perhaps?
Well, no, not exactly. No, not that.
Well, just exactly what can we do for you?
Well, I guess you could say I'm looking for a job.
Job in a bank. Vince.
Working for the bank, Marie, not robbing it. Ooh, the way you put it.
But why? You're a football coach.
What, was there a mark on my head when I was born saying this one has to be a football coach?
All right. Tell me.
Tell you what?
Stop moping around the room like a wounded moose and tell me what happened. You didn't... I mean, the Giants didn't fire you, Vince.
Of course they didn't. You think Wellington Mara's gonna fire me?
No. But 5 minutes ago, I didn't think you'd be pretending excitement about being a bank teller either.
I'm not pretending, and it's not a bank teller, it's a... Marie, I'm 45 years old. And I'm an assistant coach. That's all I ever have been. That's all I ever will be.
But if you remain with the Giants, Jim Lee won't stay on forever.
If I thought there was a chance, I'd sweep out the locker rooms for the next 20 years. I'd give anything just to be able to coach the Giants. But it's just not going to happen. All the head coaching jobs are going to younger men. I'm past it. And if I can't be the best at one thing, then I've got to try something else. You understand that, Marie?
I guess I understand you.
Then you understand that.
Oh. How long do you think you'd last screaming at bank customers the way you do at halfbacks? Hello? Who? Just a minute, please. Somebody from Green Bay. I couldn't understand his name.
Oh?
Who do you know in Minnesota?
Minnesota? Green Bay's in Wisconsin. What? Get out there. Hello?
Doesn't Green Bay have a football team?
Yeah, this is Vince Lombardi.
Hello?
A lot of people all over the country think it's crazy for the NFL to have a team like this in a small town. But the truth is, the town owns the team.
What do you mean by that?
Well, there was some talk about moving a long time ago to a big city. But thousands of people bought stock and put up the capital to keep the team here.
You see, Wisconsin people are loyal. They really love football events. But that's testing them pretty hard when you win only one game all season.
Uh-huh.
That's why we have to find the right man who can turn things around.
You'll get a decent salary, absolute authority over the football operation, plus what we feel are some very talented young ball players.
Right.
Some people believe Paul Hornung can become a first-rate quarterback in time. Meanwhile, we'll have to go with...
Ridiculous.
What?
Hornung's no quarterback. He can't throw the ball that well. What he does do is run, block, and kick. That man's a halfback, for God's sake. No, that kid Bart Starr, he's your quarterback.
Well, we feel that Starr has promise, but he's so...
Yeah, I know how he is. He's timid. Somebody's got to boot him in the rear end and tell him how good he can be. And boy, that guy Nitschke. There's a guy in my estimation who can...
The executive committee is beginning to get the idea that you want the job.
Gentlemen, there's one thing I want more than anything in the world. To coach my team in my town, the Giants. Only that's never going to happen. So I figure the next best thing is to beat their brains out. Yes, gentlemen, I want this job.
Vince, you lived all your life in New York. Green Bay's a little bit different.
I can adjust.
Fine, what about your family?
Family's all for it. It's a little brisk, isn't it?
Honey, this job means more to me than I can describe to you. And I need all of you with me. Not want, need. I need you there at night. My head will burst if I have one more thought about football. I need you when we lose. And most of all, to be with me when we win. And if it means that I have to go alone, then I'm not going. It's as simple as that.
I thought you hated grandstanding, Vince.
What?
Very eloquent speech, but dumb, and you know it. You know there isn't a chance in this world that I'd let you stay here or go without us.
You are an infuriating, lovable woman, Marie Planets.
Only in self-defense.
Oh, I love you.
Vince, tell me, is it as cold as they say in Wisconsin?
Well, sure it's cold. But it's a dry cold. Boy, I tell you, honey, reminds me of that blizzard we had in New York in 46 and 47, wasn't it?
Hey, we really laid down the welcome for you.
Hi, how are you? I want you to meet Marie.
Welcome, Mr. Lombardi.
This is Dominic Olenichek, right?
Just call me Oli. It's easier on the tongue.
Thank you. And Tony Canadeo, you remember him? The best fullback the league ever had.
We're so glad to have you, both of you.
Well, it's very nice to be here.
The newspaper guys are already, not as many as we expected, but I think they got stuck in the snowbank. Should we face the gun?
Sure. I'll be right back, honey, okay? All right.
It's good it's such a dry cold.
Okay.
What kind of a record are you going to have, Coach?
A winning record.
The first year?
Every year.
And that includes the first year?
Well, if the first year is a year, then that includes the first year. What the hell kind of question is that?
How many games will you win the first season? Will you tell us that?
Well, here's something I will tell you. But what I will say is this. I'll put winning above everything else here. Winning is achieved through discipline and dedication. We will win. That's a promise I make to you and to myself.
Then a translation would be the Packers will win 2 games next year.
All right, mister. Let me tell you what winning means. It means, and this is all it means, that you're willing to go longer, work harder, and give more than anyone else. If you're smaller, you better be sure you're quicker. If you're slower, you better hit harder. You know why most people don't win? Because they don't want it bad enough to work harder than anybody else. That's why. Well, mister, I'm willing to work harder. And anybody who plays for me is going to work harder, and that's why we're going to win. Now, you put that to use yourself, and you'll be winning Pulitzer Prizes instead of sitting here in a blizzard asking stupid questions.
All right, gentlemen. Now, you're all rookies, but you all have the same chance. I decided to bring you out here early for one reason. Because once the regular team gets here, I won't have all the time to look at you as carefully as they'd like to. Now, that gives you fellas a bonus. You get a 4-day jump on the guy that you're trying to beat out of a job. Make good use of it. All right, Phil, take over for warm-up.
You, what are you standing there for?
Coach, my name is Max Mc...
I'm not asking who you are, McGee. I'm asking, what are you standing there for?
What, do you mean why did I come by?
I mean, why aren't you in uniform? That's what I mean.
Oh, well, the veterans don't have to report until Friday. I just thought I'd stop by, say hello, watch the rooks work out.
If you're here, you work. Either you get your tail on that field or you get your tail out of here, you understand? Dad, get this man some equipment.
Right now, Coach. Come on, Max. Come on, let's go.
I want you back here in 3 minutes.
He's a damn madman.
Maybe so, but I'll tell you one thing, Max. We ain't gonna lose 10 games this year. No way. No, sir.
He meant it when he said he was prepared to give anything to win. And what he gave most was hell. One thing about him, he didn't play favorites. He treated everybody the same, like dogs. Another thing we began to realize, the man knew football. How incredibly he knew football. And he knew men.
Nitschke, for crying out loud, what kind of a play is that? You couldn't cut it at fullback. Don't you know that linebacker's your last stop? If you can't play any better than that, maybe you'd like to try working out in the popcorn stand. That's where you belong. Or what are you standing there for? Try it again. And this time, see if you can make me believe that you're not dancing with them.
Come on, Ray.
Go, buddy. Go, baby. Come on. No. Come on.
Get a stick.
Well, gentlemen, I thought I had seen some progress until today. Today I saw blocking and tackling that wouldn't keep you in a ball game against a team of elderly nuns. So we're going back to fundamentals. Gentlemen, this is a football.
Coach, could you take it a little slower? I didn't say that, Paul. Tony, I didn't say it.
You said it, Max.
McGee, you son of a gun.
It was the beginning of a kind of crack-brain friendship between us. And I think it was the beginning of love on the team.
Of course, McCann's got the experience. But I kind of like the way that the fellas seem to have confidence in Starr. But I'd never forgive myself if Starr costs us the game because he's got nervous.
Why can't he be nervous? You're nervous.
Huh? What makes you think I'm nervous?
Maybe because you're talking to yourself.
Who's talking to himself? I was talking to you.
Oh. Well, I must learn to enjoy those tender little comments about which quarterback to send in first.
Oh, you're a big help, you know that?
Vince, nobody expects you to show up good against the Bears. You've done everything you possibly could.
Nothing's enough unless you win, Marie.
All right. Talk to me some more. Whisper in my ear about how a 36X will work against a 6-1 defending.
Hey, you're sure some help, you know that?
All right, everybody up. Everybody up. Gentlemen, this is our first game together. Let's make it a good one. There's nothing more we can do from here except win. Let's go get it!
The Green Bay fans packed the stadium, hopeful of seeing the start of a new era. But it began just like last year. And it continued just like last year. For what? Things began to change. The defense helped.
Watch that man! Now you're really starting to go. Oh, boy.
The defense discovered Lombardi's screaming was much more pleasant when they played well. So they held the Bears again, this time in their own territory. With 7 minutes to go, the Bears still had only 6 points, and the Packers still had nothing. Then the Bears fumbled on their own 26. Went to Taylor, then Horny, then Taylor, then Horny.
Get around him!
And finally, the Lombardi sweep scored its first TD. We got the point after. We even got a safety to put a cherry on the Sunday, and the town of Green Bay was about to lose its mind.
We haven't had much practice at all. All right. Don't get so cocky. It's only your first game. We don't get any better offense than we had today. I'll tell you one thing, Detroit will grind us up a hamburger next week. Uh-huh. Do you remember that?
Good game, Vince.
Thanks. Now go ahead and make all the noise you want, only keep it down, huh? Great game, Coach.
Thanks.
Amazingly, we won the first 3 games in the season. Then the Rams ripped us 45-6. It was the worst defeat ever suffered by a Packer team. We lost 5 straight. When we finally got back on the winning track, we were there to stay. weren't even too surprised when Lombardi threw a party. Those who didn't have wives were ordered to bring their mothers.
I thought I told you to lay out the cigarettes.
Sorry, Coach.
Oh.
No, you can't hear my joke, will you? The Dutch No, all of these hundreds.
Your mother here?
No, Coach. It's a long way up from Louisiana.
She ought to be here.
I'll tell you what, Max. You can borrow mine for a while.
Paul, what an awful thing to say. Your mother's a nice lady.
Well, of course she's a nice lady. And I probably would have brought her tonight even if I hadn't been ordered to.
Ordered? Who ordered? Did I order?
You ordered.
Well, maybe there was a reason.
Was there any reason why I couldn't have brought a girl, too?
Look, if you guys thought about football half as much as you did about girls, we wouldn't have ended up with a lousy 7-5 season, you know that?
Everyone having a good time?
Excuse me, honey. All right, let me have everybody's attention, please. Sit down, boys. Sit down. Sit down. I don't think we ought to spend all evening here congratulating ourselves over a mediocre season. Now, we're paid to win games, and we didn't win so many that anyone's going to lose count, that's for sure. But there is somebody here I want to thank. The wives. You've had to be patient, you've had to sacrifice, and that's different because you're not paid for that. So, I want to offer you a token of appreciation from the Green Bay Packers. Okay, Dad, bring them in. Come on, Coach. Come on, a couple of you boys here, help Dad, huh? Come on, fellas, get off your duffies and give me a hand here. Now, pass them all around there, that's it. Every lady gets one. And all you fellas that aren't married, I want one of these to go to the most important woman in your life, your mother. Okay, ladies, open them up. Oh, that's...
Oh, sweetheart. Too bad I don't have a mother.
McGee? Yeah. I'm mailing your mother hers.
Oh, that's all right, Coach. I'm going home tomorrow. I can take it.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? You think I don't know that you'd have it draped over some barmaid's shoulder in the next half hour? You surprised? I was going to give you one anyway, because I know what you had to put up with this year. Oh, and while we're at it, maybe this will make up for next year, because I'm going to demand a lot more from everybody.
Oh.
Well, he'll find a way.
Come on, get him up. Come on, Horning, Kramer, let's go. Or you'll stay out here until you're all doing right. Come on, get him up. Pick him up. Up there. Together, man, together. Hands locked behind your head. Come on. Hands behind your head. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 12. 1, 2, 3. 5. 1, 2, 3.
McGee. Paul? Wake up.
Yeah.
Max isn't back yet.
No.
Well, that lump looks about as much like a man as Mickey Mouse.
He ought to be back soon.
If Lombardi were to come in and out, he'd probably kill you and me just on general principles. It's not like Max hadn't already been caught once.
I didn't go with him because I was too tired. Can you imagine? Me being too tired for that?
Yeah, well, you were smart.
No, No, I wasn't. I can't get to sleep. Thinking about what I'm missing.
Yeah, well, I just hope he gets back soon, that's all.
That's right, McGee. Make sure it's closed good and tight. Come on in, come in. Tell us all about it, McGee.
Oh, well, you see, Coach, I had this friend who was, going through this personal crisis, and I felt it was my duty to comfort him. And, we talked, and I read scripture, and together we found what was...
You can stop that, McGee. Because this is the place where you're supposed to be, and you weren't here. Now, let's see. Last time it cost you a fine of $100. Now, the price is just going up, mister. This time it's going to cost you $500.
500?
And the next time it happens, the price goes up to 1,000. You got that? You disgrace you. You risk the future of every man on
Fuzzy?
this team.
Do you hear that?
Because you can't
Yeah.
obey the rules. Well,
I think Max just got back.
I don't think it's clever at all, mister. As a matter of fact, I think it's pitiful when a grown man insists on acting like an 8-year-old. Then I don't think it's clever at all. I'd feel sorry for you if I didn't feel so disgusted.
I'm sorry, Coach.
$500! You think about that when you can't get to sleep. $500! And the next time it's going to be 1,000. Now, do you get that?
Coach, I only...
Go to bed!
$1,000.
McGee?
Yes, sir.
McGee? You ever find anything out there that's worth $1,000? Wake me up and I'll go with you.
I thought we'd eat out tonight. Benny and Susan are busy with some meeting at school.
Seems like they got something going almost every night.
Yes, they're into a lot of things.
I can remember a year and a half ago they said, no. No, we can never live in Green Bay. No, they were convinced that we were ruining their lives by moving here. What do you got a face hanging down here for?
Oh, nothing.
Come on, what is it? Tell me.
Oh, Vince, it doesn't seem the right time. You've got your mind on the game for Sunday.
Come on, out with it. What is it?
Well, Vince, it's just that sometimes I feel that the children have no life of their own. It affects everything they do, being your children.
What?
Well, take Vinny, for example. It affects everything for him. His schoolwork, his going out for the team, his getting a part-time job, friends, dates. I mean, well, it isn't very hard to figure out that in a town as small as this, What I'm trying to say, Vinny, is that I feel that in New York they had a sense of themselves as individuals, but here they're just Vince Lombardi's kids.
We got a chance to win this year. Aren't they excited about that?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they're excited about that.
I mean, we really got a chance to win. Win!
But we didn't win. Not on opening day. The Bears beat us 17-14. But it was 5 weeks before we lost again. was now our #1 quarterback, and Lombardi had convinced him how good he could be. Taylor and Horning ran like mad stallions. A reject from Cleveland named Willie Davis moved in and sealed our defensive line. They couldn't run away from Nitschke anymore because Willie was waiting for him. On Thanksgiving Day, we made mistakes, and Detroit beat us. Well, living with Lombardi that next week was an experience none of us wanted to repeat. So when we met the Bears again, we went out and stomped them 41-13. We won every game the rest of the season. We also won the divisional title and the right to play Philadelphia for the championship.
Mr. Lombardi, I'm from the Bulletin. We have a report that Mr. Horning won't be playing this Sunday.
Well, why wouldn't he be playing?
Well, they said he hurt his leg. Is there anything to it?
No, nothing to it. Not unless he fell out of somebody's bed in the last hour. Jesus, will you please? Boy, oh boy, where do all these crazy rumors start? I'll tell you one thing. He better make bed check tonight, or it won't be his leg that'll be hurting him tomorrow. It'll be his neck, because I'll personally break it.
I heard another rumor at the league banquet.
Now what? That Bart Starr broke his arm?
No, that Jim Lee Howells is going to resign from the Giants.
Oh? Who told you that?
One of the wives.
Well, if it's true, so what?
What are you going to do if they offer it to you, Vince?
Right now, that concerns me about as much as that phony leg injury. This is it, the big one. We worked hard all year long for this one chance. To be #1, world champions. I hope it means as much to you as it does to me. And I think it does. So, go get him!
For a while, it was all defense. I don't think we'd ever hit or been hit quite so hard. We had good scoring chances, but we made mistakes. So by the final seconds of the first half, we had a big lead in first downs and yardage, and we were behind 10-6. With time running out, Paul tried a field goal from the 13. An easy chip shot on most days, but he missed. We were still behind in the fourth quarter when I was sent back to punt.
Come on, Max. Give it a ride, boy. Give it a bump.
Well, when the ball came to me, all of a sudden I had a great idea. I thought.
McGee! What are you doing?
Boy, I'm not tired.
I don't know, brother. That's what he said.
Just get back there and tell him I'm staying in. I got it? Now I'm staying in. Now get out of here. Well, the truth is, I didn't know whether he wanted to hug me or kill me, and I didn't want to take the chance. I needed some sort of insurance, and I got it. Bart put it right on my hands. Only then did I decide it was safe to go home.
Nice going, Max. All right. Now, don't let up. Don't let up, man. Don't let up.
But we did let up. In our excitement and our inexperience, we let up. Brought the kick back 58 yards. And 5 plays later, they went in for a touchdown. We were down again 17-13. And a lot of people were thinking about the missed chances in the first half. But Lombardi was thinking only of the time left.
This might be our last shot. We need 7 points. We need them fast. So no mistakes now. You understand? No mistakes now. You can go to the 2-minute drill if things get tight, okay? All right. Now go out and get it.
We came right at him from our own 20, right down the field. Carried the ball, and he almost made it. He stopped on the 9. We were out of timeouts. And out of time.
Should have won. You all know we should have won. You played hard. I'm grateful to you.
I let him down, Max. I didn't realize how much I wanted to win for that man. Not until today. And I let him down.
What are you going to have?
Well, I don't think so. Marie, I've been thinking, maybe we shouldn't go back tonight, huh? Maybe you'd like to go up to New York for a couple of days and see some friends?
No, I think I'd like to go right home.
Oh.
Mr. Lombardi?
Yes.
Telephone for you, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. Hello? Oh, well, thanks. Yeah, the boys played hard. Now, Wellington, wait a minute. I can't even listen to this until after you've talked to... Oh, you did speak to Ovi? Yeah. Well, what did he say? I see. Well, I appreciate that. Right? I will. And thanks. How about that?
The Giants?
The Giants. Head coach, write my own ticket.
That's wonderful, Vince.
He said he asked Ole for permission to talk to me, and Ole said he didn't want to let me out of my contract, but he didn't think that the executive committee would stand in the way of something that I wanted so much.
It's nice of Ole, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure makes a difference, doesn't it? I mean, we'll all be going back to New York now, and that should make you happier, right, hon? And I'll have the job I always wanted, and Vinny, he won't be just a coach's son anymore, huh?
Are you going to accept, Vince?
Well, I told him I'd get back to him in a couple of days, but I couldn't turn it down. I mean, I'd be out of my head to turn down an offer like that, wouldn't I?
Decide what's best, Vince. I just want to be where you are. And I know the kids feel the same.
Mrs. Lombardi, I love you.
Packers didn't call it a rumor. Said it was a fact.
Yeah, I read the article too, Paul. It said the offer was a fact. It didn't say it accepted it.
How can he turn it down?
We stay here if you can have the Giants.
I'm still not going to believe it unless he tells me himself.
Gentlemen, Coach. Marie, why don't you sit here? Hi, Ole. Vince. Good to see you.
Marie, what's the answer?
I don't know. He didn't tell me that's the truth. He said he wanted the players to know first.
Gentlemen, you may have seen in the papers where I've been offered the job of coaching the Giants. I feel it's important for me to explain to you my reasons for wanting to accept. I'm sure each of you has a lifelong ambition. This is mine. To head the team that's been so important to my life. In my own hometown. It's not every man that gets a chance to fulfill his dream. So I know that each of you can understand what that opportunity means. Of course, all the factors in my decision are not on one side. I mean, I've had to consider my obligation to the board of directors of this club, from whom I've asked and received such great support. I thank you, Ole. To the people of Green Bay and Wisconsin, who have lavished me with such devotion, and to whom I've become so devoted in return. Most of all, to the people in this room, to you. I demanded everything, and you've given it. There's more than spirit on this team. There's love. When I first came here, I promised you that if you were willing to sacrifice enough, I would lead you to victory. And you did sacrifice. But victory was 9 yards away. And so my job, my commitment, isn't really finished. I believe in commitment. And I'll tell you this. I don't intend to be stopped 9 yards away again, ever! So that means that every one of you will be back here in June at your playing weight. All of you. Including you, Nitschke. Yes, sir, you could be a star if ever they invent a position called rotten linebacker. But not on my team, mister. And don't you laugh, McGee. You've got the hands and the brains. Now all you need is sense. And I'm gonna beat it into your head with a club if necessary. And that goes for you too, Horning. You see your dollies this spring. But you come back here thinking nothing but football. You understand me, mister?
At that moment, we would have followed him into hell. But I think we knew we were about to follow him into legend.